Hello everyone, this is Shruti Saxena Das, and in today's video we are going to discuss about POP3 protocol, which is an application layer protocol. Application layer is the 7th layer of OSI model, and this protocol is used to provide email services. The major task which it performs is written on the sheet. You can see that it provides an ability to end users to fetch or receive emails from remote mail server. Now we are having three major protocols which are used to provide email services. The first one is SMTP protocol, then POP, which we are going to discuss today. Then the third protocol is IMAP. Now SMTP protocol, which we have already discussed, just I'll give the brief review about that protocol. That SMTP protocol is the push protocol. That means it is used to send messages through internet. But the problem there is that it cannot provide any facility for storing or retrieving the messages. Now this protocol, which is post office protocol, this protocol is a pull protocol. SMTP is push protocol, this is pull protocol. Now why we call it a pull protocol? Because it enables the clients to receive or download emails from the mail server. So this is a pull protocol. We call it a pull protocol because it pulls messages. Okay, it pulls messages. So basically it enables the clients to receive or download emails from a remote email server. Okay, that is the task of this POP protocol. Now SMTP, which we have already discussed, it provides a facility for sending email messages over the internet, but it does not provide any facility for storing and retrieving messages. So you can see it over here with the help of the diagram. Let's suppose this is the sender. Now this sender is going to use SMTP protocol in order to send a particular email. Now this is the sender mail server. So whatever mail sender is sending, that mail will be transferred to this sender mail server. Now from here via internet, so this is your network, via internet it will be sent to receiver mail server. Now till here your SMTP is working. Okay, so delivery is done by SMTP. So sender is sending a mail via SMTP. Now this mail will be transferred to receiver mail server with the help of SMTP only. But SMTP is a push protocol. It is used only for transferring the message. It is not used for sending purpose. We can use SMTP, but we cannot use SMTP in the receiver side, okay, to pull message. So here you need to use another protocol which can be used to receive or download email from this receiver mail server. Now this is the receiver or the user. Now how this receiver will retrieve the message from this receiver mail server? So for that we need to use either POP protocol, or we are having one more protocol which is IMAP. So these two protocols are there which acts as pull protocols. So these protocols will be used in order to retrieve message from the receiver mail server. Okay, so this is the diagram. Now see here what is happening, that your POP3 protocol provides mechanism for storing messages sent to each user. So basically here what is happening, that message will be stored in the mail server and user can connect to this mail server in order to download, and after reading that particular mail, that message will be deleted from the server. That is what happening over here. So POP3 client, whosoever is the receiver, that particular client can use Microsoft Outlook or Microsoft Express in order to download it. Okay, now there are some commands which are used. So what is the working of this POP3 protocol? See, the first thing is to retrieve a message from POP3 server. As I said, see, till here SMTP is working. For sending, for transferring, SMTP is working. But for retrieving the message from the mail server, receiver mail server, we need a protocol which acts as a pull protocol, which can pull message from this mail server. So whatever message is coming from sender side will be stored over here. POP client or the receiver cannot be always online. So whenever this receiver will come online, he can check for the messages through this mail server, POP mail server. And if any message is present, this POP client can download that message and read it. Now, how this POP client will be able to fetch the message from this mail server? See, to retrieve a message, from this POP3 server, a POP3 client or a receiver will establish a TCP connection. Okay, TCP connection or session using a TCP port 110. Now you need to remember this, that this port number will be used for POP connection, and whenever you want to connect using POP protocol, only this TCP port number will be used. Now once this is connected, okay, once using this port number, POP3 client is connected to the POP3 server, then some commands are used. Commands are used. So what are the commands which are used? The first command is stat. Stat means that when the client will send this particular command to the server, then that means that the client is asking from the server for the number of messages waiting to be retrieved. Okay, how many messages are waiting to be retrieved? So this is the first command which is used. The second command is list. List command basically determines the size of each message. Okay, size of each message. What is the size of a particular message? Then you may have multiple messages which are waiting to be retrieved. Now you need to select, suppose you want to open a particular message or particular email. In that case you need to use RETR, which is this particular command is used to retrieve individual message. Okay, you need to give the number, particular number for the email, and you can write RETR1. That means the first email need to be retrieved. Then after finishing everything, you may use quit command to end this session. So these are the 4 commands used by POP3 protocol in order to establish connection between client and server. So just remember this diagram, that the receiver need to fetch the emails which are stored in this mail server. This is POP mail server and this is POP client. So I can write it over here. This is POP client. So if this POP client want to retrieve messages from this mail server which are waiting to be retrieved, then it may use these set of commands in order to receive the message or read the message. So we'll see with the help of the diagram. See, suppose this is your POP server. This is your client. Okay, so what will happen? This client will send the username to this server. See, first of all, you need to log in. So for login, you need to send the username. So once username you have written and it is a registered username, then it will send OK. Then password will be asked. So the client will send the password. If the password is fine, then it will send OK. Now see, using a TCP port 110, this TCP connection will be established between client and server first. After that, all these things are happening. So once password is okay, then the receiver may send, or the POP3 client may send a command list. Now list is used to determine the size of each message. Size of each message. Here it was incorrect. So determine the size of each message. So size of each message will be determined. So once list command will be received by the server, server is going to send a list of emails. Okay, number 1 email, number 2, number 3. Suppose 3 new mails are there. So for the number 1 email, the size is something. Then for the second email, size is something. Then for the third email, some size is there. So along with the sizes and email numbers, it will send the reply back to the client. Now, once it has received email numbers with the sizes, it can send a request with the command RETR. RETR command is used to retrieve the individual message. Now with this command, you need to provide the email number, the numbers which are provided by the server. So suppose you want to fetch the first email, you can send the request like this using RETR command. So once the server will receive this RETR command, it will send the email, that particular email, to the POP3 client. So once all the emails are checked, or if you have checked some of the mails and you want to end the session, then the client can send quit command to POP3 server. So like this, session is established using TCP 110 port number, and using these commands, client and server communicate with each other. Now, after the POP3 client reads a message, the message is deleted from the server. So once POP3 client has read the message, the POP3 client can download it so that particular message can be retrieved later also. So once it is done, then that particular message will be deleted from the server. Okay. Now you can see that here the POP3 allows you to download email messages on your computer and read them even when you are offline. So that is one of the advantage over here, that messages will be saved, and whenever you want to read them, you can read it even though if you are offline also. So if you use POP3 protocol to connect to your email account, messages are downloaded locally and removed from the mail server. That is what happening over here. So once you have downloaded, then the message will be deleted from the POP server. So you can use See, POP3 client can be Microsoft Outlook 98, Microsoft Office Express. So these clients can be used to download the messages. Okay, now we'll see what are the advantages and disadvantages of this protocol. See, the main advantage of this protocol is that this protocol does not require internet connection for accessing downloaded mails. So if you have downloaded particular mail, there is no requirement of internet connectivity. So that is the main advantage, that this protocol does not require internet connection for accessing downloaded mails. So if you have downloaded a particular mail, then there is no need for internet connectivity. Now the main disadvantage is that it is not possible to access the same email account from multiple computers or devices. Okay, so it will be, if you are using a single computer, then this protocol is helpful, because what you are doing, that you are establishing a connection and you are downloading it. So because of that, the main disadvantage over here is that it is not possible to access same account from multiple devices. Okay, and have actions synchronize between them. So you cannot provide synchronization among those devices, and have actions like synchronization between them. So you cannot synchronize all the devices, because you are reading, once you are reading, you are downloading it, and if you are downloading, that particular mail is getting deleted from the server. So if you are using multiple devices, then it will be difficult to manage. So that is the disadvantage of this protocol. One more disadvantage is this, that this does not include means to send messages. Like you cannot use this particular protocol to send message. Like SMTP, it is used only for sending messages. You cannot use it as a pull protocol. You cannot use SMTP for receiving the messages. Similarly, in case of POP3, you cannot use this particular protocol to send messages. So this protocol does not include means to send message. Okay, so that is the main difference between SMTP and POP3, that SMTP provides a facility for sending emails. Okay, it does not provide any facility for storing and retrieving the messages, whereas your POP3 provides mechanism for storing messages. And until the this is about POP3 protocol, which is used for providing email services. In case of any confusion, you may ask your doubts in the comment section. Thank you so much.